friends, quick note before we get to today's video. If you are new to this channel and this is the first video you're watching of mine, please consider subscribing and hitting the bell notification so you never miss a video. Because we do detailed blaster and accessory reviews of all of the major toy brands such as Nerf, Zuru, Buzzbee, Dart Zone, Boomco, and of course Adventure Force. And since I am a parent of a right now 4-year-old child, you're going to get a parent's perspective as well as a child's perspective on all of the different blasters, so you'll know whether or not your special little Nerfer in your life will be able to actually operate whatever the newest blaster might be. So, what do you got to lose? Today's video of the Nerf Elite Blaster Rack was actually a subscriber request from Legend Leopard. He actually put a comment in one of my videos asking me to take a look at this because he was interested in buying it. So, here's your video, my friend. Hope you enjoy it. Let's check out the Nerf Elite Blaster Rack. Of course, this average retails for $49.99 and can be found right now at this moment on Amazon.com. My original intentions was to time-lapse me putting this together on video so you could see how simple this actually was. And the thing that shocked me was when Nerf simplified this blaster storage unit so easy, there's no need to put it on video. Everything snaps together. You don't even need a screwdriver. No tools required whatsoever. All you need is 20 minutes and being able to follow some simple, basic illustrated directions. Okay, when you guys first open up the directions, you're going to notice that assembly is broken down into 3 parts. One is the main body, so basically all of the gray and the whole entire structure. 2 is going to be a 4-piece drawer that you're just going to snap together basically in about 15 seconds. And then that will slide into the main structure. And now, third and finally is the orange accessory pieces for the track systems, so you can actually hang blasters or set them up however you want for your individual storage needs. You have these nice dividers which slide into this gray track and slide down like such. So if you want to stand up a blaster, you can separate them however you want. They give you several different track options depending on the size of the blasters you're trying to store. And then on the sides, my friends, you will insert these orange racks and you'll snap these in, and then this clip system will allow you to just drop it simply on so that you can go ahead and hang whatever favorite blasters you want on the side. The material of the rack is not a solid hard plastic. It's actually a plastic that has a lot of bend and forgiveness in it. So you can actually, when you're putting this together, there's a lot of times you have to line up several different holes at the same time and snap it. So the fact that there's bend and play in these is actually a good thing because it makes it easier putting it together. The other beautiful thing about this is it's extremely light. When it's empty, you can literally lift it with basically one finger if you want. So, if you want to clean and you want to get it out of the way to go behind it or underneath it, it's really, really simple. All right, my friends, I just want to go over the dimensions of the Nerf Elite Blaster Rack, so if you're looking to kind of squeeze it into a small space, you'll have an idea of what to expect. Taking all of the blasters out from the edge of the clip to this clip, you're looking at a length of about 30 inches to 30¼ inches, but keep in mind if you do hang blasters off the clips, it's actually going to increase. Now your depth from front to the back of the unit is going to be 12½ inches, and the height of the rack from the base to the top of the plastic, you're looking at 24 inches. Again, keep in mind when you start putting blasters in with attachments that stand up further, you're going to have to account for those change in dimensions. Now the one thing I want to do is kind of show you what sort of the capacity can be. So as you see, I have the Mega Double Breach there, I have the Hades, I have the Delta Trooper, I have a Nerf Strike Vector Kit, I have a Rapid Strike kind of tricked out there, and I have a Demolisher. So you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different pretty big blasters that are actually fitting in there with no problem. And to be honest with you, you squeeze a Hyperfire and a Rapid Strike in there, and I could probably get another blaster in there. So pretty good storage in the main part of the storage rack. There are endless possibilities of the way to design and set this up. And of course, I'm just going to show you a couple. There's no way for me to actually go over every different way. But Here's a perfect example. I just hung a Modulus Recon MK2 over here, and the clip that it's actually hanging on is actually, maneuverable. You can slide it on any one of those tracks that you see fit. And then if we move over to the other side, if you choose, you could actually do it with pistols or rival attachments, whatever you choose to do. Moving into the middle section of the blaster, as you can see, I put 3 rival Chronoses here just to give you an idea of the width. Now keep in mind, the more weight you put on this thing, it actually pushes that plate down onto the drawer. You can still slide it out. You might just have to lift it up to slide the drawer back in, but that's to be expected with a unit that will actually flex. And then up here, I just put a small bin of darts just to kind of gauge and give you an idea, as well as you can stick your attachments up there. My friends, peering into the drawer, it actually will fit quite a bit of magazines. Right there I have 5 12-round magazines stacked on top of one another. One of those might actually be smaller, but you can actually fit 12-round magazines side by side. So in all essence, you can get 10 12-round magazines or 12 or smaller, and then in the front, you can actually stack 6 6-round magazines. 18s I don't think particularly work well for this system. It actually will bow the front door a little bit, and it's a really tight fit, and it'll actually, you can see it right there, it's bowing the backing. So yeah, see, it doesn't actually go in as, see what I mean? So 18s I would avoid, and just keep in mind that depending on what size magazines or drums or whatever you're putting in there, storage will be obviously either increased or decreased. Guys, gals, hit me up in the comments section. Let me know what you think of the Nerf Elite Blaster Rack. I'm really curious to know. I think for a lot of kids out there that don't have a whole ton of blasters like a lot of us Nerf YouTubers do, this might be a perfect solution to keep your room clutter-free. But I'm really curious to know what you think. And do me a favor, guys, click that card popping in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. It will take you to my Nerf Reviews 2018 playlist, so you can see all of the new blasters that I have actually done reviews upon up until now. All right, my friends, my final and overall opinion of the Nerf storage rack is actually quite high. I think it serves a really fantastic purpose. There's a lot of parents out there that have kids, and if you do and you have Nerf products, you guys know blasters aren't the easy thing to store, and a lot of people are always looking for different storage solutions. So Nerf's giving you a pretty decent option. Now, it's not without its flaws. For instance, when you're putting blasters into the main compartment, they don't lock in, and the separator tabs are not really that long and they don't stick out very far. So if you have paint jobs that you're trying to keep separated, the blasters will rub one another and they will hit each other, and they also don't snap in. So depending if you shake the, or your son bumps into it or daughter, the blasters can fall forward onto the bar or kind of into one another. So, I mean, it can simply probably be fixed with a bungee cord, so it's not really that big of a deal. Most people are going to just put this in a corner of the room, and it's a place that the kids can store their blasters. But it's important to note that they're not 100% secure in there, and they will shift and move around if the unit is actually bumped into. I would also recommend not moving this while it's loaded. If you do, I could definitely see some of these clips popping, and then you'll end up needing to snap certain portions of the storage rack back again together. Definitely move it when it's empty, and I would definitely say to you, once you find the location that you want to put it in, just leave it there and don't go shifting it around a whole lot, unless of course you need to clean, but then empty it first. But going back to my original opinion, I think this is a really clever storage solution at a reasonable price. I mean, you can get close to 20 to even 20 plus blasters in here if you load it right and store it right. And you know what? A lot of kids out there are not going to have as many blasters as a Nerf YouTuber. That's just the bottom line. So if your son or daughter has under 25 blasters, and this is a pretty good solution to declutter your son or daughter's room, in my opinion. Thanks for joining me. See you guys on the next video.